Okay, this one. I'm setting videos now to publish one a day at the most frequent. But this is actually moments after I got my little one a granola bar. I just paused, got it, and came back. Because I really feel like maybe somebody might just want to watch this crazy process. This is the biggest interferer with shaving, is just suspended lava. It's really frustrating, but I can always just come back to it. Like, it's frustrating. So here now we're getting back into the realm of what it was like for me earlier today. At least a little bit like what it was for me earlier today. I mean, anyone who's played Terraria is probably familiar with the frustration of trying to do something and getting frequently interrupted by the monsters. So I suppose my complaints probably seem a little lame, but like really, you should have seen it earlier. I kind of wanted to start recording right then, except it seemed a little silly to start a recording just to show being attacked by monsters. But really, it was like, you have to see this to believe this! Oh my gosh, there's a monster every like 1.3 seconds! Here, instead of having this all dumped down. I know it said it doesn't matter if it ends up on the right, but still, it's like I would just prefer to have it go down on the left. Just sort of cut that out as it's more relevant. And there's already... Let's go see if the left is a little better now. Not there. I can get here a little bit better. Although I no longer remember for sure where level is at. Was it this, or was this something I needed to come back to also? Ah. Gotcha. Yep. There we go. I won't be able to get that very well. Looks like there's a lot of backflow for it to dump out that door on the left still. Force cells. You want another granola bar? But I just started up a second video! Alright, well... you know what? Instead of cutting it off this time, I'm just gonna be as fast as I can. Feel free to skip ahead until you see me moving again. I did say, you can come get me. Okay, I hope that wasn't too terribly long, probably about like a minute or two. Not entirely sure. I got her 2 this time. Just in case. I feel like a force settle somehow happened while I was AFK. Is that even a thing? Can it happen while it's paused? I feel like there's less lava here than there was a moment ago. I suppose I have it recorded to take a look and find out later, but this is really confusing. I gotta go see. Did it actually force settle while I was paused? That's crazy. It seems like it really did. Goodness. Yep. That's what it appeared to do. Well, blood moon is rising. And I don't care. Blood moon's rising and I don't care. Blood moon is rising and I don't care. You think that down here in the underworld might be the place that, like, the most monsters would spawn, but of course, since they don't see the moon down here, I guess it doesn't seem to make any difference in their evening, although it does still turn all the water red. Which is kind of why I was like, well, even though it's way down here underneath the entire world, basically, maybe it would still, I mean, I don't know if there is a slightly higher rate of spawning for a blood moon or not in the underworld, or I guess at all, because I know that there's, like, blood moon mobs that spawn on top of regular ones, but I don't know if the regular ones get an increased spawn rate too. I say regular, ignoring the way that some of them alter during the blood moon. You know, it's way, way worse than blood moon. Solar eclipse, when you're not ready for it, when you first go into hard mode. Oh my gosh, that trashed me the first time or two. Especially, most of the mobs were fine, the original ones. It's that freaking moth that gets me, or got me. It doesn't get me anymore, but it took a while to get to that point. Primarily the fact that it can go through all of the walls, like, the solar eclipse, like the zombies and stuff, they can open the doors, but there are ways to, you know, take care of that. Like, all I have to do for that, like, is set some kind of furniture that you, the player, can pass in front of when walking, but it prevents the door from opening inwards, and then whenever you, the player, walk in, all you have to do is turn slightly and open the door outwards, and ta-da, you can get in and they cannot. You know, there are workarounds for, you know, enemies opening doors. Not so much for those who can go through. Like, those ghosts are awful, and my poor mushroom dude, who has to be off in his own little biome, separate from the rest of the base, he gets myrtleized a lot by the specters and stuff. But, you know, because he's too far away for me or anyone else to protect him, all he has is his own defenses and nobody healing him, and it's just, it doesn't go well. I go through multiple iterations of mushroom dudes. But, yeah, that moth. That moth. Who shot that? They're just not even shooting anymore. Which I'm okay with, but wow, you can tell it was definitely a force settle because everything is like... I can't believe it happened during the pause. Literally in none of the force settles that I have seen happen have I ever seen it happen during a pause. The hilarious thing is, I was AFK. Of course, I suppose that maybe it happened like the second before I paused and I didn't notice, just like the split second before it. I'm seriously, like, I'm gonna have to re-watch this and find out what happened. I'll leave the last little block on the end here. The one that's only half height but still manages to prevent the entire volume of all that from going down. Well, actually, you know, let's just head off all the way to the right and see what's up over here. Because for all I know, there's a really tall kind of lake that'll make up for the shortness of this one. Oh, and the two shadow chests that were kind of sitting around, I already emptied those and stole the chests even. And added them to my chest bunker. They don't have anything going into them yet. There's lava overhead, and this is starting to go up again a little, not much. Sometimes I'll dig up here and I'll just dump them down, but then I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember why I don't do that very much, because then I interfere with my own ability to go back and forth. We are now venturing into uncharted territory. I clearly have not explored the fullness of my map. Oh! And now on this side I have... Is that a pot? Really? All the way over here. Yep, totally is. Just sitting right there and... Dink! I got some torches! Okay, well. Like I said, just a little bit faster, and when I lag this bad, that's appreciated. We'll just do this really quick. Just get a little bit going. Whee! Hopefully the laggy lava has gotten its act together by now. Just one single block of ash sitting there with a fire blue. It's kind of adorable. And now I've destroyed it! Why can't you all just leave me alone? Leave me in peace while I destroy your home. Come on! Go away. Go enjoy your home while it lasts. Because I'm working on that. I'm working on fixing on that. Fixing on that? Fixing that. Whatever. Did it actually go over the... No, I think it just only went up that high. Or maybe it's just still going this far. I think it's just still going that far. That's low enough that I can... Is there any mostly invisible suspended lava? It doesn't look like it. Because that's the worst, is when I don't see it. I was above another lava lake earlier, and there was just this one teeny little bit of lava hanging in the air. And this one wasn't even my fault. Like, I was knocked into it by one of those demon scythe things. See, suspended lava. The little bits will just light you on fire, but if there's enough of it, it will knock you out of your mount, out of my UFO, splash me right down into the lake, and just be really rude. I was so mad. Fortunately, the slope of that one on the side of the lake was close enough in that I was able to land and jump back out without having to teleport home to escape. You know, before I was completely just super boiled alive. My health was low, but I could recover from it. I don't remember if that's cutting down past what's level, or if that's getting... Okay, that was getting it to level. That's good. Well, if this is getting it to level, and I've now... Other than that point when it dips below... Oh, wait, there's one more to go. But still, that's only one more layer to go before it gets to that point where everything is just too low. So I guess this becomes the point when I need to start carving away that building, which I've avoided so far because of bag space and me wanting to preserve everything right down to the lowliest bit of furniture. And I don't think anyone, even the people who would like the repetitive task of this part right here, I don't think anyone's going to want to watch me just go back and forth to my chest with all this building stuff. So I guess after I flatten all this out, I was going to go all the way to the end of the map for flattening it out to this level before I started carving away the building, but now I just don't feel like it. So I ended up doing it this way because it was amusing, and I'll do this. It's gonna be tough because there's so much lava in the way. Okay, so it's, geez, Zelda, you tried to get yourself a bunch of lava and it worked? And now there's lava? Amazing! I know. The idea was to get rid of the lava, not have it in my face a ton. Or all over my face a ton. I'm definitely accomplishing that, though. Setting myself on fire, the game. too low. My voice broke there. I don't know what happened. It was just a sigh. How did I fail at that? Oh, probably getting boring anyway, having to watch me wait for the lava to get low enough for me to even get anything further. I see you, lava. You're not going to trick me. What I have to do sometimes when the lava's shallow enough is I'll just try to go around the suspended lava. Sometimes it works. Oh, almost. Come on, it's dark enough down here without you making it harder for me to see. At least it only lasts a few seconds. I can't decide if I should actually skip this or, yeah, you know what? No. I'm gonna level everything out. Even though it's taking a really long time. So much for I see you. I won't necessarily record all of me leveling out the entire thing. But that's still what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna just level out everything. And then I'll get around to carving away the building. Also, this probably won't matter a bit, but I realized that a long time ago when I explained about the underwater, or the underground cave with the lake that I found, the underground lake that I found that caused this entire infinite water glitch in the first place, I realized at one point that I think I called that thing an obsidian cave, which, no, that is not what that was. By now I could probably carve an obsidian cave, or for sure build one with all the huge amounts of obsidian that I have, but no, that would be a granite cave. Silly me, getting it wrong, please forgive me. I've had obsidian on the brain a lot. But no, it was not an obsidian cave, it was a granite cave. And like I said, probably no one is going to care, or maybe even noticed. But when it hit me, I was like, I need to correct that, because, well, also because I certainly know how the internet is about, you know, minor mistakes. Myself sometimes being among that, but meh. I think no one will care, but for all I know, there's someone that's been, like, nagging at them for a while. Or something. Maybe not. Anyway, I sit here correcting myself. And I slightly feel better for at least getting it out of my system that, no, I said it wrong! Just get me really quick. No reason not to. Other than that lag spike that just happened. Nudge. Hello. Slime is falling from the sky. Can it even count as the sky down here? I mean, it came from above. Is that sufficient to call it sky? Slime is falling, though, that's for sure. I'll come back to that later. I just feel like coming over here. Where are my bags? I've got some room. I do not like when the fire imps, you know, apparate into the exact place that I was either already at or was right about to be. The right about to be I can sort of dodge sometimes, not always. Although, you know, then they'll appear, like, when I'm already going full speed, and no, there's just no dodging that. This one I was just barely turning around. But the worst is when they appear where in the exact space that my face was already occupying, and there's literally no chance to dodge because his arrival is announced by already being in pain. It's so rude! It's so rude! Which is probably exactly what he does, but you know, the Jack! Hello? Yes, another yo-yo. Another yo-yo that is much weaker than mine, but yes, it's that kind of repetitive loot stuff that is the thing that I sell. Not very many things that I sell in this playthrough, but you know, the stuff that, like, if I kept it, I'd have like 5 chests worth, other than like ash and obsidian, dirt, and stone, you know, those kinds of. Whoa! Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, for goodness, it went up. I would have been so mad. See, that's what I mean by like getting knocked aside by his attacks as I'm trying to catch the doll. And this time I at least fixed it. I'm glad those drips don't hurt. But yeah, that's why boss got summoned earlier and I had to apologize to my guide for his sudden and brutal sacrifice. It's like, didn't get a chance to catch the doll because I got blasted aside. Not counting the one that, oh wow, I guess I've summoned the doll twice recently, which now makes a total of 4 different times. But yeah, there was the time that the demon appeared while I was in mid-attack with a bat and a slime, and that was just, like, rude because it was already too far away for me to reach before it landed in the lava that was, like, right over near my water, too. Like, this has happened in my water pit area, and the lava near it was just barely deep enough. Just barely deep enough there. I actually did have one scare where I dropped a doll and it went on lava, but the lava was actually amazingly thin enough that the doll did not burn, and I was able to pick it up and let my heart rate go down. And yes, it's silly that I get that worked up over something that I have a fix for and doesn't really matter, but oh no, I'm invested in this project, okay? I should probably go back and find out where leveling out even happens at anymore, because here I am just sort of cutting downwards. Ow. You jerk. And yes, I was drilling the lava in midair that just... You jerk! Where? I heard that. There you are. Ah, 2 of them. Ah! Imp first. You! Oh, did I just fly right into that attack? I totally did. Good job, me. Woo! Yes, I have the special shoes that allow me to stand on the fire block and not get hurt. Which is very nice. If only there was something to allow that sort of similar immunity to lava, other than the potions. And yes, I am aware of the potions. I just don't feel like figuring out how to have a crazy, huge supply of the potions. Doesn't feel worth it to me. I would not be surprised if it's a potion that you can brew involving these fire blossoms that I have a gajillion of now, working with Ash all the time. But, and I guess I should look into it, but it's I don't know if I necessarily want to go to the effort of having this thing that I need to have upkeep on all the time. I mean, I've only died to the lava once, which was still 1, but, you know. Right, well. This is going to take much longer than I was thinking. Partly because of the lag. Like, all of this other flattening was actually a pretty rapid thing when the recorder was not on and causing lag. Anyway. Oh, really? 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 Why haven't you fallen yet? There shouldn't be anything as high up, I'm hoping. Come on. Can I stop being on fire so I can heal soon? Okay. Come on, heal. Heal. I light myself on fire too often for this to not be healing. Is it because I'm used to it healing while I'm on the go, so this is... Do I need to stop completely for a moment? I guess that might be it. There we go. I'm starting to... There we go. Are you gonna keep healing now? Okay. Anyway. So that's flattened and astonishingly not going down. Maybe it's because I accidentally told the other thing to just... I don't know why I go up and over. I could fly through. I mean, that's why I made a thing as wide as I did. Of course, this is fun. Whee! Yeah, that was how I got the lava out of there, is I just created a little tunnel. It's like, you go through here and you touch nothing else. I'm just gonna check on water area and then I'm gonna end the video. I guess I'll start up again after I've flattened everything all the way straight to the right end of the map, and then I'm starting to, well, not starting to carve away the building. After I've carved away enough of the building that I'm past it, and I can start working upwards to the right. Wow, there's some pooled up lava. How's my water doing? I'm gonna be so mad if it just froze up and stopped. Yes and no. This is not an ideal amount of water flow for this particular situation at all, and it looks like all this that I had built up already is starting to evaporate from not getting replenished. So, okay. Time for me to start carving away at the obsidian. The obsidian that is not what granite is. Okay. See you later.